Merry Christmas, guys! Amy here. It's time again for us to be merry, happy, and jolly. And what's better to put you into holiday spirit than the one time Ultraman was weirdly xenophobic? Okay, I know it sounds random, but today I want to talk to you about the 38th episode of Ultraman Ace, Resurrection, Father of Ultra. Since it's the first Christmas special of the franchise. Now I know what you're thinking, Ultraman and Christmas? It's weird that the franchise so rooted in Christian imagery doesn't have more Christmas episodes. But hey, this one makes up for it with its sheer chaotic energy. Episode 38, Resurrection, Father of Ultra, directed by Eizo Yamigawa and written by Toshihiro Ishido. Starts off with a full dose of consumerism. Santa Clauses, Christmas trees, creepy clowns and reindeers everywhere. It's a festive sensory overload, but to complete the chaotic Christmas shopping experience, one thing is missing. A screaming kid. Thank god the screaming ends as soon as he gets his trademarked Ultraman Ace doll. We can talk about the logic of merch of our superhero existing in the universe later. The proper episode begins with our main character, Seiji Hokuto, who's Ultraman Ace's host, Kaiko Umezu, and her brother, Dan Umezu, shopping for Christmas gifts, which they want to donate to local orphanage where Kaioka sometimes volunteers, helping her friend, Miss Yukari. After loading up on gifts, our trio sees a sudden snowfall, which turns out to just be a prank made by the kids. But that's not the only snow around here, since next to the orphanage stands a giant pissed off styrofoam snowman around which kids are playing. He was supposedly donated to the orphanage as a decoration before the kids woke up. Later we see a stage adorned with Christmas decorations, and with Seiji as the guest of honor, filling the role of Saint Nick. Hauling in the presents. Everything seems wholesome, when suddenly... Huh? What was that? Oh yeah, this is just a play performed by kids. A little girl is screaming out of her lungs. She gets visited by Santa Claus, who wants to give her a gift. And suddenly another kid bursts in, dressed up as Ultraman Ace, saying the Santa Claus is a disguised alien, turning the stage show into a combat scene. Man, this brings in the memories of my place at school. I remember once played King Neron, and I threw a younger kid who was one of my gods. Those were the days. Other than one creepy joke that didn't really age well, the play is going smoothly. Everyone is laughing, joking, and remember how I mentioned in-universe merch? Well, Ultraman Ace theme song also exists. It text reveals the character's main identity, which shouldn't it be a secret? Who cares? Anyway, as the party continues in the evening, something weird happens. The sun still hasn't set. Miss Kyoka leans out of the window to investigate, and sees the styrofoam snowman flash its eyes at her. It splits apart, revealing its true form, Snowgiran, a horrifying monster. Ultraman Ace's monsters are a specific type of kaiju named Choju. The word has many translations throughout the ages, but these days the official translation is terrible monsters. The official difference between them and kaiju is that kaiju are somewhat sentient beings, even if they are animalistic and driven by instincts, while Chojus don't have anything. They don't have souls, their hearts are empty. Choju are also created by the main villain of Ultraman Ace, Yapul, by mutating and twisting normal items or animals. So going back to Snowgiran, what is he? A reverse snow tree? Anemone? Lint from a new sock? I have zero clue. The only thing I know, he's kinda terrifying, since the first thing he does after seeing an innocent woman, he blinds her! One of Snowgiran's abilities is just a flash or some evil light beam that makes you go blind, and we see clearly as day blood coming from the corners of her eyes. Man, 70s didn't fuck around. At the same time people are focused on her, they don't see Santa Claus somersaulting onto the roof. Only Dan runs out to see old Saint Nick go through the chimney to meet up with the kids, welcoming them with a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Man, that's for sure a massive change of tone. Kids, I know you want your new toys, but come on, the woman who raised you her whole life is bleeding? Seiji, being the only sensible adult here, questions the teacher about this Santa Claus visit. She insists it wasn't planned, but hey, in a world with weekly alien invasions, what's one random fat man on a rooftop? I love Seiji's face here. He clearly sees there is some bullshit here, but he tries to stay calm. If I would be in his place, I would just pull out a gun. I know it would probably traumatize some kids, but getting their brains sucked out through a chocolate straw would probably be scarier. I know later in the episode Mizukari says that she sees more since she was blinded, but I wouldn't buy it. Seiji keeps his head cool, investigating more, learning that this Santa Claus isn't the same person that gifted the orphanage the terrorism snowman. Before any more investigating though, Seiji gets a phone call from Tak, this series battle team, where we learn that blinding rays are happening throughout the whole city. And before we get to learn more about that, Snowgiran appears in his giant form, towering over the city. Motivated by that, Tak needs to mobilize, but before action can start, another bad guy joins Snowgiran. And this time it's not Yapul, it's not even a kaiju. It's the reason I call this episode the one about xenophobia. It's a yokai, magical being from Japan's mythology. Namahage. In the northern Japanese folklore, Namahage were demon-like monsters appearing during New Year's Eve rituals. Portrayed by a man wearing oni mask and a straw cape, Namahage kinda were Japanese equivalents of Krampus, walking from home to home, scaring children to act good, while receiving mochi as thanks. But this Namahage we see in the episode is a really bitter dude. Quickly alarms Snowgiran over Tak's appearance, and throughout the whole episode he cheers on the monster during its rampage, screaming and raging, saying that he and Snowgiran came to punish current generations of Japan for forgetting of Japan's traditions, instead letting Western influences taint their beliefs, specifically mentioning characters like Santa Claus and other foreign gods. Ooh, I'm sure there is some deep cultural discussion we can have about westernization, globalization, cultural meshing, and the way Japan has changed after World War II due to American influences, but I feel I'm a tad too stupid to do that, so I leave it all up to you. To change the subject, it's interesting that this dude is no way related to Yapul. I wonder if he was an individual demon that decided to punish Japan on that specific day, or he waited for Yapul to send out Snowgiran. Either way, Tak gets bodied by the sudden snowstorm generated by Snowgiran. To combat him, Seiji quickly transforms into Ace. But as we remember from the past Ultraman series, low temperatures are this species' weakness, which means that even after trying his best, Ace gets bodied to the joy of Namahage. Not gonna lie, I really like the atmosphere of this fight. The miniatures are lovely like always, and the added snow, blue tint, with only the flashes of light from windows and the eyes of monsters, it makes it both cozy and kinda creepy. Especially when you get this montage of Snowgiran destroying the city and blinding everyone that tries to escape. Okay, I know Ace gets beaten a few times in this show, so maybe kids were accustomed to it, but can you imagine a situation where you, a baby, tries to watch their brand new Christmas-themed Ultraman episode, and he sees this great hero that protects all of us get killed? At least we get a pretty heartwarming scene where kids decide to stay with their teachers. As long as she won't escape, they won't leave her. She was always with them, they will be with her. Really cute. And after that we have Namahage ordering Snowgiran to crash the orphanage. Dude, I understand you're like a bit xenophobic, you don't like Western influences and stuff, but like, leave the kids alone. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't even have parents. Tak decides to distract the monster, to let the kids escape with their teacher, but before they can move out, Santa Claus offers to help, and it turns out Santa Claus is... a giant? A horned giant? Huh? There's a little scene with how our humans think he is father of Ultra. But he can't be that. The father of Ultra died. Oh yeah, because he died a few episodes ago, by the way. After that, Santa Claus gives Ace a pep talk and recharges him with a beam. Now fueled with a second wind, Ace is ready to beat up Snowgiran, and we have this scene where everyone sees Santa Claus except Captain Ryu. And he was right! Santa Claus transforms into Father of Ultra and shoots Namahage with his snow-stopping beam. The xenophobic ogre falls to his death, Snowgiran tries to escape, but Ace shows off why he's called Ace, and one laser beam later, Snowgear falls down, exploding into dust. Ace has a nice emotional moment with his dad, and the fight ends. Santa Claus returns to the orphanage to give away gifts, probably some leftover weapons made ages ago by Hikari. But wait! What will we do about the blinded people? Actually, they talk about it, and Santa Claus can't just heal everyone, since according to him, he's just a spirit. But he can somehow heal those people as a gift from Tak. Those are some weird rules, but okay. And he does it by summoning his sleigh, with Yuko Minami, in her post-becoming the Princess Moon cameo. Yeah, Minami was a partner of Seiji at the beginning of the series, they both turned into Ace, but some management changes later, she got fridged, so it's nice to see her here. And with help of Santa Claus, she heals everyone with a rainbow beam. Man, this is that corrective laser surgery everyone's talking about? And the episode confirms that Santa Claus is father of Ultra. I feel that without any context, this scene looks really weird. And that was the first Christmas episode. For a first ever Christmas special, it was pretty nice. For sure left an impact, with Christmas episodes becoming semi-regular tradition during the Showa era, but sadly last time we had any Christmas special was during the times of Ultraman Max. These days, with how much shorter each Ultra series is, I can feel that they just don't have time to do these goofy one-off episodes. To add on to it, most of the time when December rolls around, the show is already wrapping up, airing its final episodes. I can see them maybe doing something like Go Busters, where Ultraman needed the help of a Christmas miracle to fight off the endgame baddie. For the influence from the episode itself, other than Father of Ultra now having Santa Claus as his human host on the wiki, I don't think anything from it has stuck. Snowgear never reappeared, and the Xenophobia demon also got left on ice. The only interesting that I didn't mention is that Snowgear's roar were reused from King Kong's. But yeah, this episode was just like your average Christmas dinner. We had happy times, sad times, xenophobic times, but the most important thing, we went through it together, the same way we went through this whole year. Thank you for watching, and Merry Christmas.